everyone, welcome to the channel. I hope you're having a great day. And today I'm going to show you how I made this Pokemon named Diglet. First, I want to tell you that in this video, I didn't do a voiceover like I used to do. So I just talked during I recorded. So there will be some pause and influence during the video. So I apologize for that in advance. Now let's get started. And first we're gonna start with doing 6 single crochet into a circle. You can do either way you want. This is my way. I do one chain and 2 chain. So after making 2 chain, we do 6 single crochet into the first chain to form a circle. You can do the magic ring if you like. Either way that you finish your first round with 6 single crochet in a circle shape. And 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, 4 single crochet, 5 single crochet, and 6 single crochet. Pull the yarn to close the hole and here, and then we do slip stitch on the first single crochet that we done earlier. So it's this stitch. If you're not sure where it is, you can count back. So this is the 1 2 3 4 5 6. So we do slip stitch on this first single crochet of the first round. After that, we 1 chain to start the round. Then we do on round 2 we will do increase, so 2 single crochet into each stitch, and we count the first single crochet that we do slip stitch early as the first stitch. So we do 1 single crochet and 2 single crochet into the same stitch, and so on. 1 2 into the same stitch. And the third stitch, so 1 and 2 on the stitch, and 1 2 and 1 and 2, and the last one 1 2, and we close the round with slip stitch at the first stitch of the second round. So you should have 12 stitch at the moment. And as always, start the round with 1 chain. And next we're gonna do 1 single crochet and then increase. So 1 2 for increase, and repeat this until we meet the start point again. So 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and then 2 single crochet into the same stitch, 1 2 to the same stitch. So 1 single crochet and increase, 1 single crochet and increase, 1 increase, oops, and 1 and increase. Now we should finish. Now this round should have 18 stitch. So if you count back, you're gonna have 18, and then we slip stitch on the first stitch of this round to close the round. Slip stitch and 1 chain to start the next round. So the next round we will do 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and then increase and repeat it. 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and 2 single crochet into the same stitch, and make sure you wind up, loosen your yarn before you do that. Okay, increase, and 1, 2, increase, 1, 2, increase, 1, 2, and increase, 1 and 2, and then increase, and now we should have 24 stitch all around. And if you can see a trend here, so we start with increase, and then one single crochet, then increase, and then 2 single crochet, then increase. If you want the circle to go bigger and bigger, you can do 3 to 4, 5, 6, and then increase respectively. And so I'm gonna make a small dolls today, but if you want to do it bigger, you can do 3 single crochet, then increase, and increase until you get the circle of the size that you want, and then start doing all single crochet all around. So I'm okay with this size, so I'm gonna start the next round with 1 single crochet into each stitch, so 24 single crochet all around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, what else? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. And close the round with slip stitch and 1 single crochet, and repeat it for 4 or 5 rounds. So, 1 single crochet into each stitch, and I'll talk to you again after I finish all of this. 1 single crochet for each stitch. Okay, when we do 1 single crochet into each stitch, you kind of make a long cylinder shape going down, so you can continue as long as you want your doll to be. And yeah, I'll talk to you again after I finish longing my Diglet. ประมาณนี้ก็พอโอเค Now we've finished round 12. You can make it you can make him longer if you want, but I think I will finish with round 12, and then I'm gonna change the color to gray to make like a pebble around the edges, and changing the color so make it look seamless. I'm gonna start at the last stitch. Okay, so before we finish the last stitch like this, as usual, instead of hooking this brown yarn, I'm gonna hook the new color, which I use the gray yarn here, and we hook the gray yarn here and then do the slip stitch as usual, and one chain, and then we can continue crochet normally, so you don't have the, if you don't do this, you will get the brown up here and you see it doesn't look pretty, so I prefer this way. And if you afraid that this tail won't be secure enough, you can tie it up, make a knot, so now everything is secure inside his body. And make a knot here and cut off the brown yarn, and cut off the brown yarn so we don't use it anymore. And then we're gonna do, so next we're gonna make a pebbles, like a small rock around the base. And I think I'm not sure, I'll check it again and put it pop up on the screen. I think it's a popcorn stitch or something like that you make kind of like a popcorn, like it's popping out. So I'll do, we already do one chain here, right? And double crochet, yep, like double crochet 3 together, like this. And normally if you finish double crochet you hook it through here, but no, we're gonna do continue. So we're gonna do 3 double crochet together in one stitch, and 3 in one stitch, and then you're gonna have 4 loop on the hook, and then you hook all through this, and then do the slip stitch on the same stitch that you do all the 3 double crochet, and slip stitch, and then use your finger to put the back, to push all the yarn to the front. And be careful, you can have, if you not be careful, you can have a loose yarn like this. So I'm gonna do it again and make sure I don't have it. So 1 single crochet and 2 single crochet. I think we should start with 2 single crochet and 3 double crochet into the same, no, 3 double crochet together on the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3, and then you hook it all through and use your back finger, push it to the front, kind of fold it to the back, and then you do the slip stitch on the same stitch that you do all 3 double crochet, and slip stitch, use your finger to push all, and you got like a little pebble poking out like this. If you find this way hard for you, you can make like a small, a small half circle from this, like from the top, and then sewing them separately. But I find that is too much work. And then we finish the first one. The next stitch the next one we will do one little, no, the next one after we slip stitch on the first stitch, the next one will be one single crochet on the second stitch, one single crochet, and then you do one chain and three double crochet together again on the next stitch. So 1, 2, 3, and then you pull it all through, and then slip stitch in at the same place that you do all of this pebble, and slip stitch, and then single crochet into the next stitch and one chain. And don't forget to push all the yarn outside so you get a little pebble poking out. And we do this all around until we meet this point again. And next, 3 double crochet together in the next stitch, like double crochet 3 together, yeah, on the same stitch. 1 and 2 double crochet and 3 double crochet, hook it through, slip stitch, and single crochet into the next stitch, one change, push it all out, push it, and repeat it. Double crochet 3 together on the same stitch, and pull it out, and then slip stitch on the same place. Then single crochet into the next stitch, one change, double crochet 3 together on the next stitch, 1, 2, and 3. Then slip stitch, single crochet, one chain, very good. These double crochet 3 together into the next stitch, 1, 2, and 3, and hook it out throughout, and slip stitch into the same place, single crochet into the next stitch, one chain, double crochet 3 together into the next stitch, and 3, hook it through, and slip stitch into the same place, single crochet into the next stitch, 1 chain, double crochet, 3 together, 1 2 2 and 3 together, and slip stitch, one single crochet, 1 chain, double crochet, 3 together. Just repeat it until we cover all the base with these small gray pebbles. Pebbles, is that pebbles or pebbles? A small rock. And 1 single crochet into the next stitch. Did I do the slip stitch yet? 1 single crochet, 1 chain, and you see 3 together, double crochet, and 3 and together, and slip stitch, and single crochet into the next stitch, 1 chain, and double crochet, 3 together, 3 and together, and then slip stitch at the same place, then single crochet, 1 chain, and 3 single crochet, no, 3 double crochet together, slip stitch, and single crochet into the next stitch. So we finished the round with single crochet, and to cross the round we slip stitch into the, okay, it's gonna be really hard to see here, but I believe you can do it. You can find it, like if you pull it a little bit, so you will see the single crochet here, and this is gonna be the slip stitch that we done. So this is the stitch, so we're gonna slip stitch here at the top of this pebble, and slip stitch to cross the round, 1 chain to wait for the next round, and kind of push all the yarn, and now you have the pebbles, small rocks on the base of this, what is his name again? Diglet. Like I grew up with the Japanese name Pokemon, so we call it like a Diglet. But since this is English video, so I'm gonna call him with an English name, a Diglet. And it kind of looked like a flower, to be honest. And next, what we're gonna do here? Oh yeah, you can finish him as this. You know, just like put it on the desk or just a decoration if you're too lazy to close the base. But since this is a tutorial videos, I have to close this for you guys. And yeah, let's close the base. We already done 1 chain, and next we're gonna close the base. What am I gonna do with the base? Okay, let's do 1 single crochet each stitch, but not every stitch. So 1 single crochet. How many rock do we have? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. From 24 to 12, Okay, so we're gonna do 1 single crochet into the same stitch that we done the slip stitch earlier. So 1 single crochet here, and the next single crochet will be on the single crochet that we do here. So it's a kind and 1 single crochet. Make sure you crochet it tight enough that you don't leave any gap between it, and 1, 2, and 3 single crochet. Skip, you can see the small chain here, right, that we do like 1 chain before we start the three double crochet here. So we're gonna skip this and 1 single crochet over the top of the pebble, the rocks. Okay, 1 single crochet. So this is the 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one will be on the single crochet that we done earlier, and we do this continuously all around. So 4, and skip this, and 5, and on the small one here, and 6, and 7, and on the single crochet for the 8th one, and skip the chain, and 9, and skip a small chain of slip stitch here, and on the single crochet for the 10. So make sure you don't leave any gap, and now the rock will be pushing out beautifully. How many? 10. Okay, and skip this, and 11, and on the small here, small single crochet, 11 and 12. Thirteen, 14, 15, and 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and the last one, the 24 one on the single crochet here. 24, and slip stitch at the first single crochet of the round. One change, and now we got a proper circle here, so we can increase to close it easier. And also the rock is pushing out. You can see it pushing out like this. Okay, and next we're gonna do is 2 single crochet. So the first one will be on the same stitch that we do slip stitch earlier. 1, 2, and decrease, or 2 single crochet together. So so tight. So decrease 1 2 and together. So we're gonna do 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and decrease. If you find yourself that you tend to make a hole during decrease, you can check out the invisible decrease stitch. There's many people doing that, doing a tutorial on that. But I prefer the old way of decrease, so I'm gonna stick with it. And 1, 2 single crochet, and then decrease. So 1 and 2 together. 1, 2 single crochet and decrease. And decrease. 1 and 2 and decrease. And 1 and 2 and then decrease, and then we slip stitch to close the round. Slip stitch, 1 chain, and here before we continue the next round, we should stuff this guy up with some fibers. Stuff. Oh, take over this flip. Stuffing the doll is one of the most important part. Sometimes I saw people complain about the pattern that it's not working, but sometimes it's just that you stuff the fiber wrong, like you're not spread it throughout properly, and it can affect the shape. Like if you push too much on this side, they can be bent to this, but if you push it too much on, like not equally, it can turn into a weird shape. So I'm not sure if you have it in your country or not, but in my country they have like a fiber like this, but they come into a small balls of fibers together, and then they tend to be spread out properly, but it's quite expensive for me, so I cannot afford that. So I just use a normal polyester fibers, but this is the like a high quality, like they have the grade A, B, C, D, and I remember I bought a grade B before, and it's so tough and it's not spread evenly, so I invest on the fibers. So this is the highest quality that I can get. They have the premium one, but that's too high. The one that with the small balls together that I mentioned earlier, that is too expensive for me. So kind of stuff it evenly, and be generous with the fibers. Sometimes people just put it a little bit, and just enough for them to hold the shape, and when the time pass by, it will get like soggy, wobbly. Was that? It will look bad. Your doll will get like in a bad shape when the time passes if you don't be generous with your fibers. I just put it all inside here, and it should be quite tight. Okay, we're gonna continue on the next round. Kind of look like a sun. Now I have an idea. You can make a circle, you know, like a yellow circle, and make this into a sun or flowers. Okay, let's close this door. Let's finish it, and the next round we will decrease more. So one single crochet here, one single crochet, and then decrease. One single crochet and then decrease. So beginners, when I was a beginner, I tend to losing like here, like this, losing the yarn like this when I do decrease, and it will make a hole, like a visible hole when you do it. And because when you stuff the door, it make it harder to crochet. So make sure that all the stitch is tight like this at the base before you decrease. And just one single crochet and decrease. Let's do like a little hole like this, and it's acceptable for me. But if you don't make decrease tight enough, it will be a lot bigger than this. So keep that in mind. One single crochet and decrease. One single crochet and decrease. One single crochet and decrease, and we cross the round with slip stitch here. And one chain. So last round is decrease all around. So one decrease and two decrease, and try not to hook all the fibers, and decrease, more on decrease. And the last one of decrease, and slip stitch here, and you finish with a small hole like this. If you don't like it, you can do like one more decrease, like, you know, like when you do a spiral, when you crochet in spiral, and they would tend to cover this hole up a little bit, but don't like it. It doesn't look smooth when I sew the hole. So I'm gonna leave some length of yarn and use this to sewing the hole close, and that will look a lot more neat, like more neater, like it look more beautiful. So pick up a sewing needle. Where is it? And when you work with amigurumi, you have to choose the proper size of yarn needles. Like this is the big one that not suitable for this size of the yarn, even though it's slip in easy, but it's too big and it's not gonna make your doll look good. So you should use the smaller one, which is a little bit harder to put the yarn in size, but it will work. Then you kind of sewing the hole close. What I like to do is, can you see it on the camera? What I like to do is to like pick up the insides of the stitch. You can see that stitch here, right? And just insert it on the what's it called? Back loop. Yeah, the back loop of the stitch. And my camera stand, I just knocked at my camera stand. Okay, so what else? I just put it on the back loop of the stitch and just sewing it normally, and at the back loop again, and they just close it magically. Here, now we don't have a hole anymore. And if you have anywhere like a big visible hole, you can also use the yarn that we left to kind of like cover it by running it past to the hole. So you use that as you can use this to cover the visible hole, something like that. And how to secure the yarn, and you can see what I normally do. I just run the yarn if I want it to be extra secure, so I just run the yarn all a little bit on the surface like this, if you have the same color, and just put it inside. Just put it inside anywhere, and you know, couple of times we do, and I can throw this doll into a washing machine and no part, nothing will fall apart. Nothing will fall apart. So if you buy a crochet doll outside, and you know, when you watch it or when the time pass by, the other part falling apart, probably it because they didn't seal, they didn't sewing with the yarn. They didn't use the sewing technique to sewing the piece together. They maybe use a glue, probably using a glue, so that because it's faster and it's easier when you're using a glue, and but when the time passes, all the pieces will falling apart. So I rather spend my time sewing everything and make sure that my doll lasts so long. And like you can see, I'm pushing a little bit on the base here so that he can stand properly on the floor. And then we're gonna do his face. And now after I see, I think he should be a little bit taller, but it's okay. He can be a baby Diglet. Yeah, I think one more round of the brown yarn is better. It's better with one more. Or you can just squeeze him so he kind of stretching a little bit. Okay. He looks stretched. He look better in no time. And next we're gonna do his face. Yeah, we're gonna do his big pink nose. So grab the pink yarn. So I don't think in anime that his nose will be, I don't think his nose will be this pink, but I just have this pink on hand, so it should do. So gonna do 3 chain, 1 chain, 2 chain, and 3 chain. 3 chain, and then single crochet into the second chain from hook, 1 single crochet, and 3 single crochet on this stitch, 1, 2, and 3. And then we will do 2 single crochet into the next stitch, 1, 2, and slip stitch on the first chain of the round. Finished our first round of his nose. Let's see. Yes, I think only this is good. Yeah, this is enough. And leave some length of yarn for sewing. Cut it and fasten off. We have a Diglet's nose here. And now we're gonna sewing the nose. Here I use a cotton thread like that normally used for crochet a shirt or skirt. Here for embroidery his eyes. So the reason that I use this kind of thread to embroidery his eyes because it's thicker than normal thread, and it's faster when you do the embroidery with it. So if you can use normal thread to do. I just prefer this kind of thread since it's faster and it's easier to handling the shape since I'm not an expert in embroidery. And his eyes should be like around here and around here. No. If you face the problem with there's a lot of fiber coming out here, you can just use your hook to like scoop it all inside again. his first eye. Like I say, I'm not good with embroidery, so I just fill the place with black thread. Or you can use a plastic eye. Yes, I should consider using a plastic eye instead of embroidery. It's so hard right now. And our Diglet is done. Try to find the light. Squeeze it. Now he's done. Let's face the light here. Small rock around, and I think he's a perfect size for a keychain. So you can add a keychain at the top. So here's the perfect size. And thank you so much for watching. Please click like, and if you still don't subscribe, please subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you don't miss any new videos from me. And yeah, hope you like it, and see you again next time. Bye.